A soldier from the Russian armed forces destroyed a Ukrainian FPV drone with a single shot from a light machine gun. Well shot, soldier. Because the enemy uses drones at night to remotely mine roads in territories controlled by Russian forces, paratrooper engineers clear the roads daily to ensure the airborne forces' combat and special equipment, personnel and ammunition and other supplies for Novorossiysk paratroopers can move freely to rotate at the front. The aerial mine clearance method has gained importance because many modern mines and explosive devices are equipped with seismic and laser sensors that render them ineffective by preventing engineers from approaching them. Russian artillery hit enemy ammunition depots directly. The explosion of the ammunition in the depot caused even bigger fires.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Russian armed forces launched nighttime attack on military targets in Dnipropetrovsk. Throughout the night, numerous drones and missiles struck targets in Ukraine. Near Veliki Kopani in the Kharkiv region, a 1431 MSP-type UAV observed the driver of a Ukrainian armed forces Niva, demonstrating his reverse gear skills. The Russians captured Ukraine's Baba Yaga UAV. Now it is fighting against its former owners. Drone operators belonging to the Vostok military group shot down the enemy's industrial UAV, reflashed it, reconfigured it for their own use, and are now successfully performing necessary tasks in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The temporary deployment area of the 57th Separate Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed by a high-precision strike near Volchansk. 4 FAB-500 aerial bombs equipped with UMPK were used to destroy the target. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected a Ukrainian 120mm mortar position. After surveying the area, they identified the building where the mortar crew was hiding, which also served as a storage facility. A Russian attack FPV drone launched a powerful munition strike directly at the building. A fire broke out in the building. The fire caused the mortar's ammunition to explode. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Russian reconnaissance teams are working around the clock. Russian drones are constantly in the sky. A Russian reconnaissance drone detected and destroyed another Ukrainian transport vehicle. Attacks continue non-stop, day and night. Soldiers from the volunteer units affiliated with the South Group in the Kramatorsk-Druzhkivka direction destroyed the Ukrainian Armed Forces' temporary staging area with FPV and artillery fire. First, artillery fire was fired, then 2 FPV drones flew directly into the shelter. The Ukrainian Armed Forces' electronic warfare capabilities are so weak that The drone operator wanted to remove the camouflage, but what happened, happened. A VT-40 fiber-optic FPV drone operator in the Ivanopolia area destroys an American HMMMWV Konstantinovka direction. Soldiers from the 16th Special Forces Brigade are on duty. Another enemy UAV control center was destroyed in the Kutkivka region. The attack was carried out with a guided missile. The target was hit squarely. A single strike was enough to destroy the position. Close fighting continues near Pokrovsk. BPAR launched a series of counterattacks, advancing towards the outskirts of the Shevchenko settlement. The soldiers of the center group conducted an offensive operation. The security of the buildings where the soldiers of the armed forces of Ukraine are located was provided by the soldiers of the center group. The buildings have been cleared. Security has been ensured. It is under control. An anti-tank unit of the Dnipro airborne troops destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces signal repeater on a submerged naval transport ship near Kinburn Spit.
Это видно даже отсюда. Камера, не знаю, передаст, нет. Выстрел!
UAV operators of the 36th Army of the Vostok Group are destroying Air Force positions and other facilities in the South Donetsk direction. A Russian soldier of the Assault Brigade of the 36th Army of the Vostok Group destroyed an anti-tank mine in a bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces. On March 9, 2025, one day after the start of the Russian Army's Kursk offensive operation, the AFU command sent troops to counterattack in the Sujan area near the village of Guevo. Intense fighting continues in the area. The Russians repeatedly attacked an armored vehicle that their reconnaissance drones had spotted. The crew of the immobilized armored vehicle went into the trees to hide. Drones with the ability to drop ammunition detected the infantry in the forested areas, and that's what happened. The armored vehicle was finished off with the last shot. Footage of the work of an evacuation team paramedic.
Отцепляй, понял? Ага. Сейчас я развернусь, отцепляй быстрее. Быстрее. Отцепил? Быстрее, быстрее, цепляйте второй. Второго, давай, родной, больше никак, давай. Парни, сами пешком, ладно? Пошли. Айда, родной, садись. Парни, спасибо! Красавцы! Айда. Терпите! Ой, терпите, парни! Терпите! Тихо, нам, надо. Ничего не поделаешь, ничего не поделаешь.
As a result of the FPV calculation of the 215th Reconnaissance Battalion of the 98th, As a result of the FPV calculation of the 215th Reconnaissance Battalion of the 98th Guards Airborne Division of the Airborne Forces, 2 AFU pickup trucks were hit near the village of Konstantinovka. Attacks by Mi-28 and Ka-52 helicopters using Viker PTRKs against AFU armored vehicles on the border between Belgorod and Sumy regions. Zaporizhzhia direction. The T-72M1 tank of the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed as a result of FPV drone strikes of the Russian armed forces. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The video shows the abandonment of the American-made International Max Pro south of the settlement of Bogatyr. As far as I can see in the video, there is no damage to the armored vehicle, so it doesn't look like it was abandoned as a result of an attack. Again, as we see in every video, the door of the abandoned armored vehicle was open. The fiber-optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, entered the armored vehicle and destroyed it. The Bradley armored fighting vehicle was immobilized as a result of heavy impacts. The crew of the armored vehicle, consisting of 7 to 8 people, took shelter in a safe place to plan and protect themselves from further attacks. But drones were following them step by step. Their location was reported to Russian forces. Then a Russian soldier fired an anti-tank mine into the bunker. The anti-tank mine exploded strongly. The same soldier threw another mine. Ukrainian forces insisted on staying in the bunker. 5 Russian soldiers with rifles opened fire on the bunker. The soldiers inside the bunker insisted on not surrendering. Finally, another anti-tank mine was thrown, and the Russian soldiers entered the bunker and completed their mission. Two soldiers of the Russian armed forces first fired 2 shots from a grenade launcher at the house where the soldiers of the armed forces of Ukraine were staying. Then the 2 soldiers slowly approached the house to engage in a close-range firefight. Meanwhile, Russian drone operators are monitoring the whole situation from the air and informing the infantry on the ground. They inform the Russian soldiers about the movements of the Ukrainian soldiers and what they are doing. The simultaneous coordination of the troops is really important for the success of the operations. During reconnaissance, Russian operators detected the Ukrainian armed forces bunker. The bunker contained a large number of infantrymen. Drones capable of dropping ammunition mobilized and dropped aerial bombs one after the other. The attacks on the bunkers continued unabated. Other bunkers in the trenches were also destroyed by dropping ammunition one after another. Russian drones worked continuously, day and night. The position of the Ukrainian armed forces mortar was found camouflaged. The fiber-optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod slowly approached the position and with one hit broke the mortar's power. What do you think about regular FPV drones and fiber-optic drones? Kursk region. Russian FPV drone operators destroy a Humvee left by the Ukrainian armed forces. This vehicle could be an ambush, so it seems better for security to destroy it. Russian aircraft-type drones made a hard dive into the temporary deployment point of the Ukrainian armed forces. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Drone operators of the Russian armed forces ambushed Ukrainian soldiers. The drone was standing motionless on the side of the road. Probably the soldiers did not notice it at first, or thought it was a drone that was not working. But when the drone suddenly took off, all the soldiers panicked and ran away. Near Kamenskoye, Zaporizhzhia region, the Prince of Novgorod Vandal drone, with a fiber-optic cable, destroyed the BMP-2 used by the Ukrainian armed forces with one hit. Apparently, the crew had already abandoned the armored vehicle. Defenseless and alone, the armored vehicle became scrap. During an air patrol, Russian operators found the Ukrainian helicopter-type drone Baba Yaga and without hesitation shot down and destroyed it. Liptovsk direction. Kharkiv region. In addition to destroying armored vehicles, Russian drone operators also shoot down engineering vehicles. This vehicle is mounted on a T-150 light artillery tractor based on the T-155K agricultural wheel tractor of the Kharkiv tractor plant, KTZ, soil tillage machine, PZM2,